So these tips are going to make you stand out for all the right reasons and basically make them want to take you. Hi guys, it's Joycelyn here. I know that if you're watching this video, you are either about to take an independent school interview, or you've heard that you will be interviewed as part of the selection process for an independent private school, and you're probably wondering what to expect, what to do, and just want some advice. Well, you come to the perfect place. So before we carry on with this amazing video, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so that you will get notified every time a new Geek School video goes up. Enjoy! At Geek School, we specialise in helping children get into their dream, grammar or independent school, and in the past 10 years we have helped hundreds of students get into their dream school. And it would be an amazing honour to share some of the tips that students in Geek School get by helping the YouTube community right here. So we're going to look at 5 ways that you can actually stand out in your private school interview, and for the right reasons. We don't want the school to remember you for something negative. So these tips are going to make you stand out for all the right reasons and basically make them want to take you. So private school interviews are obviously competitive, but it's different from the exam. The school just wants to get to know you. But remember that an interview is a two-way process, and if you follow these 5 techniques that I'll be sharing in the video, you put yourself in a position where you show that you actually care about the school, that you want to go to the school. It's not one of 50 on your list of schools that you are going to, that you really genuinely have an interest in going to the school. And it will obviously then make a huge difference and make you stand out for all the right reasons. So tip number 1, be confident. Okay, confidence is key in the independent school interview, and I know that you may be feeling nervous. You could be a bit more nervous on the day, and that is absolutely normal. So please do not feel that you won't do well because you're shy, you're quiet, etc. They're not expecting every child to be the same. Imagine if there was a school that just had very loud and extroverted students in it. It would be chaos. It would be chaos. So they want a mix of students with different personalities and so on. So just be confident in you must speak clearly. That's how you show some confidence. So if somebody asks you your name, nobody can hear that. You need to be able to speak, don't shout at them, but just loud as you normally would in a respectful way. You need to make eye contact, and I know for many students that can be one of the hardest areas. Basically, woo, wow, I'm on a treadmill, standing treadmill. I went right to the edge and nearly went flying with it, guys. There's your entertainment for the day. So basically you need to make eye contact. They need to be able to see a level of respect and engagement. And basically think about your responses before you answer them, so that when you're responding you can confidently answer the question. Don't feel that you have to answer within milliseconds. You are allowed to have a think about it. You can even say, I just want to have a think about that, or oh, I've never been asked that question before, or oh, I've never thought about that question before. etc. The next tip, you need to show some enthusiasm, okay? So as daunting as it can be, if you act like you don't care, they will think that you don't care. You know, that you don't really want to come to the school. It's just a day out for you going to this interview. Your parents are forcing you, you know, to go through the process, and you yourself actually don't want to go to the school. We don't want to give them that idea. So in order to show that enthusiasm, you need to have done some research, find out something about the school that you're interested in. If you're interested in sports, look at their news section, see what the different sports clubs are doing in the school, etc., so that you've got something to ask and to contribute, basically. You know, you can ask about any extracurricular activities you're interested in. You know, if you've seen it on the school's website, for instance, just show some enthusiasm. Then this is another area where all the show-offs are usually very good at this, and you know, you need to learn to be able to highlight some of your achievements. You could have won a special prize for getting a grade 8 in the tuber or something, which is a massive achievement for somebody your age. But if you don't say something about it when asked about your hobbies, or if you play any instruments and you say yes and nothing else, nobody would know. So remember to share properly, okay? So if you're asked about any academic achievements, extracurricular activities, or anything you do that's not to do with school and learning, you try and share as much as you can, because it shows them that you have more about you than just the maths and English paper you've written, basically. So the next tip is to ask questions, and this is linked with, you know, the previous tip that I mentioned, where I said do some research about the school. You know, so when you do that research, this is now the opportunity for you to ask some questions. They'll usually ask you if you have any questions, you see. If you just have one question, that's fine. You've made an effort. Please don't go in there with a list of like 50 questions or something, because number one, they won't have the time to answer all of those questions. You know, these interviews are not long. They're roughly about 10-15 minutes long, sometimes a little bit longer if it's very conversational and so on. It might not be as long for some. You know, the length of time doesn't always mean it didn't go well or that it went amazingly well. So don't feel nervous if yours is very short and all the other students who were going in seem to take longer than you did. Don't overthink it, but you must ask some questions, okay? Then, this is an area that's so important. You must be authentic. If the school has called you for an interview, know that they want to find out about you. They don't want to find out about a fictitious version of you, okay? So if you're not interested in astronomy, don't say you're interested in astronomy. If you have a passion for gaming, there's nothing wrong with saying that. It just shows them that you like to play computer games. Is that unusual for a 10-year-old? No. So don't say that you spend all your waking hours reading, you know, books about archaeology, if that's a lie. If it's the truth, then that's who you are. So be authentic. One reason for this is if your interviewer happens to be interested in that area or teaches a subject to do with that, you know, hobby that you've made up, and they ask you some questions, it will become very apparent if you have lied. And that's never going to be a positive thing for your independent school interview. So you need to make sure that you are being honest, not telling fibs, and you're being authentic. You know, is very important. So, and with those 5 amazing tips, I know that you now have an even better chance at getting a place at an independent school of your dreams. Now, if you're watching this and maybe your parents have been discussing getting an interview tutor or something along those lines for you, Geek School Tutoring actually has an independent school interview course on our sister website, 11plussa.co.uk. Now, this is a course that our students take. So for the past sort of 6 or 7 years, we haven't done in-house interview coaching because the course is perfect for it. It teaches everything from what to wear, body language, academic interview questions. It even has an interview portion in there with questions and a timer to help students get the handle of all of that. It's just a fantastic course that I have put together and update regularly with questions that students tell us they've been asked at their independent school interview over the course of the decade that Geek School has been in operation. So it's very relevant, very up to date, even online interviews and how to prepare for them. Basically, it's an all-encompassing course. You also get a guide of 50 independent school interview questions, and it's just wonderful, basically. So head over to 11plussa.co.uk and you will see it there on our courses page. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you are preparing for your independent school interview, tell us in the comments which schools you're preparing for. It would be lovely to know how you're preparing, and if you've got any specific questions about the independent school interview, pop them in the comments. I do try to respond to all comments, so I get there in the end, so please do put them in the comments, and I will respond. But all the best, and really go for it, and come and share your success story in the new year. Bye. Collins,